Hey guys, this is Monica, and I have just completed today's Wavelength Wednesday live stream where I did a crafty channel review for a few of my friends that are in the Facebook group with me. I mentioned using the YouTube channel art template. I also talked about some of the free photo editing softwares and wanted to show you in real time what that all entails. So without further ado, that is what I'm going to go over. Some of you may already know about some of this. If not, I hope this explains some of the stuff I brought up in the live stream. First thing I wanted to show you, if you have Photoshop, it's a program from Adobe. It is quite expensive on its own or through the Creative Cloud, which is how I use it. But they do have a Photoshop Elements through Amazon if you're interested in that. It doesn't have quite all of the full features that the Photoshop main program that's usually around $299 or the Creative Cloud membership has, but it has pretty much everything that your basic needs would entail. So if you're interested in that, I will leave a link down in the description below. Otherwise, I'm going to just show you how to get to the channel template. If you do a Google search, you can probably find it. But if you're logged into your YouTube channel, you can click the Customize Channel button. That will pull up the ability to scroll through and get your little pencil icons in each section, depending on what page you select, to make edits in those sections. So if you wanted to edit your channel art, you see you can also edit your profile icon right up here at the top left. I wanted to look about the channel art though, so I would click that pencil, and you can either edit your links, which are your social media links here, or you can edit your channel art. It brings up the ability to select a photo from your computer, a gallery, your photos, like if you have it on social media. It also tells you that the recommended channel art size is 2560 by 1440. The file size can be no larger than 6 megabytes. If you want to find the channel art template, go down here to the bottom left, click How to Create Channel Art. Then it brings you to the YouTube Help screen, where it gives you a little video discussing how to change your channel art, and also if you're using it on iPhone or whatnot. If you want to come down here and get images for your channel art, you can click down here in the Images, Tips, and Guidelines. To find the template, you will click on the Image Size and File Guidelines. That then talks about the sizes for different views, whether it's on a television, a desktop computer, a tablet like an iPad, or a smartphone like your iPhone or an Android device. There's several different sizes. My recommendation is to optimize it for the largest size. That way, no matter what device that they are viewing it from, they will be able to see it. So the largest size is 2560 by 1440 pixels. You can see a screenshot down here of the image, and this is what the template is for Photoshop. So it has all of these little sections so that you can kind of put the bulk of your identification, your social media icons, whatever it is that you want everyone to be able to see needs to be right here in this little sliver. It's 1546 by 423. It says Text and Logo Safe Area. So this gives you the place to target most everything that you want seen, while then also keeping in mind this large area for those that are viewing it on television will then have extra goodies that they can see that the rest of us can't see if we're looking on a desktop or a tablet or a mobile device. If you want the template, which is this here that you can use on Photoshop, just click Channel Art Templates. That will give you a zip file that will be something that you'll have to extract to your computer, which will contain the PSD file for Photoshop. I already have that downloaded on my computer. If you are just interested in social media links and all of that stuff, you can go further down here and click and get more information in the FAQ. I have this opened up in my Photoshop program, which, like I said, I use Creative Cloud by Adobe. This blue line is just like a guideline, so you can get rid of that. You can click on View, Clear Guides, and that blue line will then go away. We're back down here on the main image that you saw earlier. It just gives you the sizes and everything like I've talked about earlier. So I'm going to flip over to the screen where I've got my Crafty Creators. Now you can see here I've got all of my stuff If I check the template again, you can see that overlays and it shows the main snippet here in the center, and that's got all of the main stuff that I want people to see. But where I've got the Handmade Crafty Creators website, that is outside of this little strip, this 1546 by 423. They won't be able to see the playlist or the website information, although they will have those links available through the social media section that I've got all of the URLs typed into. So I'm not too concerned about that for most viewers. Those that are viewing on television, though, will be able to see the playlist information here and the website information there, so that they can easily remember, oh, I'll just go to her website, Handmade Crafty Creators, and look for whatever information that they want there. So that is the one that I created from the template here off of YouTube using Photoshop. Those that don't want to use Photoshop, you're afraid of Photoshop, it's too expensive at this time for you, or you just want to use free templates or free photo editing software, you can go to GIMP.org, that's GIMP.org, and download this free photo editing software. I don't actually use this software, but I know several graphic designers that love to use this. It's very simple, so there's not as much complicated layering and all of that stuff. I have, however, used PicMonkey.com, and I have selected just the basic editor so I could upload my channel art. I could then create a canvas, come up here to the top left. I could say open new, I could choose a template, I could say more. You can choose to pick from wherever location that you have. You can also create a new one. You can click over here once you have logged in to the editor and click on the templates. You have the option of all sorts of different, there's popular tagged templates. You can look at a blank canvas. You can click on YouTube. It should have the channel art and all of this stuff. Let's see, you've got your display, you've got an overlay, display ad, a cover, and a thumbnail. However, it doesn't give you the channel art. So in that regard, what you could do is choose to create a custom template. Over here would be where you would type in your size, which is the 2560 by 1440 pixels. Click Create Custom. Then it brings up this screen here based on the size that you just told it you wanted. And I'm just minimizing the screen here so that you can see, but it is the 2560 by 1440 size, which is what we want for the YouTube channel art. That is through PicMonkey. If you go to Canva, CANVA.com, you can choose to create a design over here. It gives you several different examples of YouTube channel art templates. And let's just say we're going to do this Matthews Ultimate Games. You click on it. It gives you the capacity to then edit whatever components are in Matthews Ultimate Games YouTube channel art. It also gives you several different functionalities where you can change elements in text, your backgrounds. You can even upload your own. Some of the photos and elements and fonts and things you will have to pay for. Others are free. It just depends on what you're looking for here as far as Canva goes. Now, my go-to is Pizap, Pizap.com. I like to use this for all sorts of things, but this is what I used primarily before I learned Photoshop. You can create a design. It gives you the ability to edit, make a collage, design, touch up a photo. There's more options here. If you click on design, it actually has some templates available. It has a YouTube channel art. Now I will have to say sometimes on Pizap the channel art is not to the specifications. A lot of times it doesn't get updated. Same thing with your Facebook cover. So it might just be safest to click custom size. It will not let you do the 2560, so just hit the custom channel art that it gives you and go ahead and do that size if you're going to use Pizap. There's a difference between using the desktop version of it versus the app. I have an iPhone, so I use the Pizap app. I have some different functionality on the phone that I don't get from the desktop, and I think it's just a difference in how Flash operates on my desktop. versus what happens on the phone. So for instance, if I wanted to have text to have an outlined look to it, I would hop over to my telephone in order to open up the app for PZAP and create the text that I want on whatever image. That's where it can get a little bit tricky. You're having to go between different devices in order to accomplish the overall look that you want if you're using free software or free applications to do something that you could do just as easily once you've gotten more comfortable and familiar with Photoshop. Regardless of whether you use the channel art template in Photoshop or not, you can still go by the PNG image that it gives you in that downloadable zip file. As long as you are following those parameters in whatever editing software you have, you will be fine to have a very nice and crisp image for your channel art, no matter what device your audience is viewing it on. So if you have found that helpful, please be sure to give me a thumbs up that you have liked this video and share it with anyone that you feel like this might help as well. I would appreciate that. It helps to get the word out. As far as our Crafty Creators channel and Facebook group, it also brings us all together because there's several of us that have skills in certain areas and not in others. We can all learn from each other. We all benefit across the board as far as what we're presenting to our audiences individually, but also collectively. That is the original intent behind this channel and my Facebook group. I know what it's like to be sitting at my computer at 3 o'clock in the morning trying to figure out how to use Photoshop or Adobe Illustrator, or trying to figure out my lighting or my editing skills or whatever. So please feel free to leave me a comment and let me know what it is that you need assistance with, and if I know how to do it, I will be glad to do videos like this in the future, or maybe discuss them live on our streams for Wavelength Wednesdays. I really enjoy using the Photoshop template. If you have any questions, please let me know. Have a craftacular day, y'all. Bye!